host for the day. My name is Nancy. I have been staff for almost 20 years. Isn't that nuts?
With great power comes great responsibility.
And here I am, trying to uphold against IMDb listings against such great hits as...
Oh, hello, I'm Keiji Tang. I'm a voice actor. I voice Satoru Gojo, Jujutsu Kaisen. How's it going, everyone?
Hi, my name is Allegra Clark. I do the voicey voice, and I am trying to catch an Azelf right
She is,
now.
yeah. She's been reading this entire time.
Yeah, I did a raid while you guys were queuing in.
We're really jealous of her shiny rate this weekend.
I got 6 shinies. Oh no, maybe 5 shinies. 5 shinies in Calgary. So the Bachelor lives.
Hi guys, I'm Chris Hackney. I've caught 0 shinies since I've been here. Thanks, Calgary.
It's Allegra's fault.
Get on my level. I don't know.
Wow. Anyway, I do the voiceover thing too. Dimitri in Fire Emblem, and in Kai in Honey Lemon Soda, and Rauru in Tears of the Kingdom. So.
Hi guys, I'm Joe Zija, and I have nothing shiny at all.
You have your shining smile.
I have only my shiny personality.
I was gonna say shiny smile, but my hand was down because I was throwing a Pokeball. This Azelf won't stay in the Pokeball!
Every morning I wake up, I look at a picture of Joe smiling, just to get me started on my day.
It's the Homer Simpson's the Maggie meme. Do it for him.
You can do it. Signed, Joe.
And hi, I'm Joe Scott, and you're all shinies to me. I've been workshopping that one all weekend. I voiced language in Beastars, that's a big one, but you can Google us all right now with the sum of all human knowledge in your pocket and find out exactly who your favorite is. But we're here to talk about what? What are we doing?
Stuff.
Shiny Pokemon.
We're going to talk about shiny Pokemon.
Shiny Pokemon.
We
yes.
threatened to make the panel yesterday, our JJK panel.
Oh my god, yeah, we literally talked about Pokemon for the first like 5 minutes. It was terrible. Or great.
Or great.
Or great, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, super easy question. What was that moment for all of you when you were like, yeah, this is it. This is the career for
Water.
me?
Oh man. I think for me it was when the moment came where I could feed myself doing my job. That was amazing. I remember the moment I was sitting in my favorite Japanese restaurant, and up until that point, I'd been doing acting for like 10 years at that point, right? Like in my head, oh yeah, only 10 years. And then I recall the moment I sat down, I looked at the menu, and the first thing I didn't look at was the price, right? And in my head, I was like, oh,
You're a grown-up now.
I'm an adult.
For me, this Azelf is still not getting cut.
Do you want me to try and catch it while you answer the
Yeah,
question?
it's only 2 balls left.
All right.
It
2? Okay, don't be mad at me, okay?
No, it's fine, it's fine. It's the Lake Trio, they are very stubborn. So I think I had kind of 2 moments. The first moment was when I was working on Dragon Age Inquisition. Because like, that was, my favorite game franchise, and getting to work on it in any capacity. It was like baby's first video game gig, and I just wanted to cry. But I also realized, so yeah, it's rude, isn't it? Last one, I believe in you, and if you don't, it's totally okay. Like, I don't.
I believe in you, Casey.
I realized that my anxiety quieted while I was working, and when it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's totally fine. Because they're very stubborn. The mythical Pokemon are very stubborn in raids, so I don't call you for it. I've had them run on me a million times, and I didn't miss a single ball. So I realized my anxiety quieted when I was in the booth, even though I was so anxious walking into the session, and then as I was working, I was like, okay, it shuts my brain off in a good way. And the other time was kind of similar to you. I worked desk jobs prior to do VO, and it was the moment when I realized I made more money that year than I would have made doing a whole year, like in the hourly marketing job that I did, or in the whatever job. And I was like, okay, this is officially, I'm making more money doing this than I was working my desk job. Okay, I think I've got this.
I don't know. For me, I still genuinely feel like I don't know. Like I worry every day because I'm because we are independent contractors. You know, we don't have a steady career or anything. So it's always the like fear of, oh great, we go in, I do this amazing thing, and I feel great about it, and then as soon as I leave the building, I'm like, oh god, I'm unemployed. Oh god. Oh god. But no, like kind of one of the big moments for me was. With Fire Emblem because I went to E3. It was the first year I got actually accepted to go to E3, and I was standing in line and they played the Nintendo Direct where you see the time skip trailer and I could hear myself for the first time and I'm like, kill every last one. Yeah. It was the first time I ever heard myself in it because I've told you before, you know, like every time I work on a project, my assumption is I've been recast until I actually hear it.
But like, truth be told, that does happen sometimes.
Yeah,
You know,
all the time.
like,
Yeah.
like the final
It's a genuine
product.
fear.
It's like, you know, the product comes out and you're like, oh shit, I got replaced. Oh, I got invited to another raid battle. Hell yeah! It's my new Brazilian friend. No, it's great. Those of you who play Pokemon Go, it's like literally someone from Brazil, and I'm like, yes, if we can exchange gifts, those
It's Mega
postcards are
Gyarados,
gonna be
too.
great. And it's a Mega Gyarados. Come on, let's go. This is gonna be a theme.
But yeah, like hearing myself, I'm like, oh god, I'm actually in the thing. So like it's like it happens to me over and over again every time I work on something. I'm like, when I hear the final thing, I'm like, I guess I am doing the thing. Okay, wow, okay, cool. Until the next one.
For me, my career has been like really methodical. I didn't start in Los Angeles, I started in Virginia, and so it became like keeping a lot of spreadsheets and being like, okay, am I going to out-earn, you know, my government job? So there was not like really a
It was a
moment
spreadsheet for me
where,
too.
yeah, like it was a spreadsheet where like, okay, I can do this. But I remember like one moment where it clicked a little bit. I guess it's a little bit of a dour story, but I was in a workshop. My first workshop I ever did in Los Angeles was 2015, maybe like 3 months after I moved. If you don't know my background, like everybody up here, I used to be a military intelligence officer. And then worked for the FBI, CIA afterwards for a couple of years. And I was in a workshop with a director named Charlie Adler, who was like, if you don't know Charlie, he's like the most vulgar person you'll ever meet in your entire life. He's hysterical, great director.
Deeply gay.
Yeah, deeply gay. And
It's vulgar and gay the way I immediately vibed with that man.
it's
I was like,
great.
yes.
But I was like very new to LA and very new to like character acting and animation acting. And I came out of the booth after doing something for him and he went, "You've only been doing this for like a year? How are you so calm?" And like I thought about it for a second and I was like, oh, if I screw up in there, nobody dies. What a luxury. And since then the stakes have just been so low. Because like I've experienced that contrast of like decisions having really large impact and oops, take two.
Yeah, right.
It's all gravy from here, man.
Yeah, it's all perspective. My crazy thing that happened to me was I oopsed into being the main character in a AAA action RPG just because I asked them way too many times. I was doing like scratch tracks for Dying Light 2, and in every session I was recording in my closet, I'm just like, hey, I know what this game is, I know what the vibe is, I know what you guys want, just let me try it. And every time, the Polish director on the other side was just like, I have no control over that, so sorry, I can't really help you out there. But I kept asking, and eventually they said, sure. After a round of auditions, they're like, we couldn't find anybody that sounded like you did, and then they started like molding the character around like me as a person and like taking my headshots and making him like look like me and like, you know, talk like me and asking me to like help write dialogue and stuff. But there's a whole team of awesome writers that I was like working with to like make this a little bit more localized because the whole thing was in Polish. Anyway, when the game came out, there was a trailer at E3. You mentioned E3. There was a trailer at E3 2016, and I got to hear my voice on like an E3 trailer, something that I would watch since I was a kid, you know, like growing up watching video games getting released and announced and stuff like that. And my voice was coming out of this character, doing the narration and everything, and you know, everybody thought it was Troy Baker, so I guess that's a win. You know,
That's really when you know you made it.
Right? No. I feel like the moment you know you made it is when, like, at least for me, it was like Laura Bailey. They stopped assuming it was Laura Bailey, and now they assume other people are Allegra Clark. And like, I feel kind of bad, but I'm like, I think I've made it. They're wrong.
A little anecdote
They
I have
cannot
about-
recognize my voice.
Actually, I think the true moment is when you get that audition email and it says like, we're looking for someone kind of like Allegra Clark, but then you get it, right? And then you audition for it and they
you
don't
don't
cast
book
you.
Never book it.
I did an audition once where like two of the references, and by the way, for those of you who played both Dragon Age and Fire Emblem Three Houses, you're gonna be like, why were these?
I know I'll never be the same. Shook my world so hard again. Wish I washed away my sins. He's a dead man walking, blank stare in his eyes. Should've given up on the ones I trust. Never should have been surprised when they shot him down. Cold blood to the ground.